Ontario's Premier Doug Ford is trending after some of his personal views on the U.S. president surfaced. Speaking to a small group of supporters while at a campaign stop yesterday, Ford's still recording microphone picked up the incumbent premier saying he was initially happy Trump had won the election, but felt betrayed by the tariffs. Tessa Bennett joins us with more on this. Tessa, what has been the response to the viral clip?
Manisa, the comments were quickly picked up by Ford's opponents who are campaigning in Ontario's snap election. Ford himself responded too, saying Trump makes him swear once in a while.
But yeah, the election day, was I happy this guy won? 100% I was. Then the guy pulled out the knife.
Doug Ford, who is actively seeking to extend his term after calling a snap provincial election last week, is going viral online after getting caught exposing his initial endorsement of President Trump in a hot mic moment. Speaking with a group of people at his campaign headquarters in Toronto, Ford shared some candid comments about his changing opinion on the president while his microphone was still recording. He said he was initially happy about the Republican politician's win, but later changed his mind, feeling betrayed by the swift action on tariffs.
I don't think it will affect him at all. I think he has done a good job of very clearly and distancing himself from it. And I think that the metaphor he used, or the analogy of being stabbed when you weren't paying attention, is actually a nice expression of the way a lot of people felt.
Ford made the comments after explaining the province's planned countermeasures in response to the 25% tariffs that were set to take effect on Tuesday, but were later paused. And the PC leader's words were quickly picked up by his opponents in the provincial race.
Was I happy this guy won? 100% I was.
He was happy? Was he happy Canadians might lose their jobs? Was he happy about the threat of Canada becoming the 51st state?
ONDP leader Marit Stiles also commented, saying in a news conference Tuesday, he showed you who he is.
This is who Doug Ford is. He says one thing when he's out front to the microphones, in front of all of you, and he says another one behind closed doors.
Ford himself responded to the clip on Tuesday, saying while he was willing to work with anyone, Trump makes him swear sometimes.
Yeah, he makes me swear once in a while. I think he makes a lot of people swear in this country. So I thought it'd be a little different, a little change, but obviously he decided to pull the knife out and stab us.
What the Premier said on the hot mic is certainly what a lot of people are feeling right now in terms of expressing that sort of frustration and general malaise with what President Trump is trying to do.
A provincial election was called by Ford's government after he said he needed a new mandate from Ontarians to deal with Trump's economic measures.
People in Ontario have to make two decisions in this election. They have to decide first whether they want to stick with the incumbent or not, and if they choose not to stick with the incumbent, then they have to choose which of the alternatives do they want to go with. That's an awful lot of decision making to ask Ontarians to make, especially at a time when the information environment is completely saturated with really important discussions that affect them personally but have nothing to do with this particular election.
Part of the province's response plan to tariffs includes removing American alcohol from the shelves of the Liquor Control Board of Ontario and ending its $100 million contract with Elon Musk's Starlink satellite services.
I do think there is maybe a bigger issue that Canadian politicians have been, and Canadian political leaders, the provincial level and even at the federal level, have been talking way too much about American politics. That's not the country that they should be at all involved in.
Polling indicates Ford's move to call an election a year and a half early is paying off, though data released by Leger shows inflation and the cost of living remain top of mind for Ontarians, not tariffs. Manisa.